Hi NEET aspirants. Today we have to discuss one of the important chapter of the 11th physics, that is work energy and power. We can make a one short series of the work energy and power. Okay. Anyway, coming NEET examination, we are expecting how many questions from this chapter? We are expecting maximum number of possible question is actually 3. 3 means how many mark you can score? 3 into 4 means 12 mark. According to last 5 years data, they are asking only 2 questions. 2 into 4 means 8 mark. Okay, 8 mark. But actually it is a 11th portion. That's why majority students already studied and forgot it. Then we can make a proper revision by using what? One short series. Anyway, then to score this 8 mark, otherwise 12 mark, what are the important topic you have to study? First topic means work and energy. This is a single portion. And second portion is power. And what is the last portion? One more portion is also there. That name of the portion is called collision. Collision means these are the major portion. What is the first portion? Work and energy. What is the second portion? Power. And what is the last portion? Collision. Most probably they are asking a one question from this side and another question is from this side and last question is from this side, and total number of question is equal to 3. Okay. Anyway, let's discuss the topic one by one. Come to the topic. What is the first portion? Work. What is meant by work? It's a very important question. In our practical life, different situations we are facing, we are doing different types of work. Especially, I'm a teacher, I'm taking the classes. Same like behind me, a cameraman is there, he is actually doing the work. And driving, swimming, lot of work are there in our day-to-day life. That work and physics work are actually same or different. Let's check it. Okay. But majority students, they thought like that work means just force and displacement only. It is actually not correct. Work is not only just force and displacement. The actual concept of the work is like this. Listen to me. Here there will be a block of mass is there. You are applying a force. Then while you are applying a force to this body, what happened to this body? This body will move like this, and this is the direction of displacement. And there must be an angle between what? Force and displacement. But actually what is theta? Theta is the angle between force and displacement. Yes. Okay. Then what is meant by work? Just to resolve this component of force. What is this component? F cos theta. Okay. You know this component is F sin theta. Then work is defined like this. Listen to me. Work is equal to. Okay. Work is equal to. What is this? F cos theta. F cos theta into what is this? Displacement. Tell me what is meant by F cos theta? F cos theta is not only a force. That is very important. F cos theta is actually component of force. Component of force. Listen to me. Component of force means it is also F sin theta. It is also component of force, Anna. But you cannot take this component. You have to take the component of force along the direction of displacement. Okay. Yeah, that is very important. Actually, two components are there. This is the one component and this is the second component. But you have to take only one component, that component along the direction of displacement. And what is it? Magnitude of displacement. Magnitude of displacement. Okay. Then listen to me. What is the concept? Actually, this is the concept of work. Work is means what is actually basically work? Yes, work is means product, Anna. Product. Product of what? F cos theta into S. What is meant by F cos theta? F cos theta means nothing but it is a component of force along the direction of displacement and the magnitude of displacement. Then listen to me. Work done by a force is defined as the correct product. Product of what? Component of force. What component? Along the direction of displacement. That means you cannot take this component. You can take only this component. And magnitude of displacement. This is the magnitude of displacement. Got the idea? So this is the real equation. Tell me what is the real equation? Work W is equal to F cos theta into S. Means you can write this term together. That means, come on, Fs into cos theta. Okay, this is the equation for what? Work. It's very important. What does the mean by force? F. F means not only force, F in the meaning. Actually, this meaning of F is combo, means magnitude of force. Magnitude of force. What is S? S is also known as magnitude of displacement. Okay, what is theta? Theta is the angle between force and displacement. Okay, then you can rewrite this equation. Work W is equal to F dot S. Okay, F dot S. It's very important. F dot S. F dot S means you have to take what? Dot product only. Dot product. Listen to me. This is a dot product. Dot product is also known as what? It's a dot product. A dot product is also known as what? Scalar product, or it is also called scalar product. Scalar product. That means it is very clear. It is a scalar product, means this quantity is actually a vector quantity or scalar quantity. No doubt at all. It is a scalar quantity. Okay. Work in physics is always scalar quantity, but force is a vector quantity. Displacement is also vector quantity, but work is a scalar quantity. Okay. Anyway, what is the SI unit of this work? Joule. Joule. Same like what is a CGS unit? CGS unit is equal to erg. Then what is the relation between joule and erg? Yes, 1 joule is equal to 10 power 7 erg. Okay. And also you know the dimensional formula also. What is the dimensional formula? Dimensional formula ml square t power minus 2. Okay. These are the basic portions and basic concept regarding with what? Work. Yes. Anyway, next time. Listen to me. Suppose for an example, if a force of I plus 2j plus 3k Newton is applying on a body, then the body moves from a point A, coordinate 2, 2, 2 to another coordinates B, coordinate 4, 4, 4. Then the amount of work done by a body during this process. Listen to me. Suppose this is the body. We are applying the force. What force we are applying? I plus 2j plus 3k. Then what happened to the body? Initially the body coordinates coordinates 2, 2, 2. And the body is moved to another point B. What is the coordinate of the B? 4, 4, 4. Okay. And then what is the question? Work done is the question. It's very simple. Listen to me. What is the displacement vector of the body? Displacement vector. Here the x coordinate is 4 and here the x coordinate is 2. Then what is a 4 minus 2? Means 2i plus. What is the y coordinate? Again 4, it is again 2. That means 2j, same like 2k. Then it is taken as what? Displacement vector. Okay. This is a displacement vector. Then what is the question? Work done is the question. It's very simple. We know that work W is equal to what? Vector F dot vector S. What is the value of vector F? Already given in the question. That is I plus 2j plus 3k. Dot. What is the direction? What is the value of displacement? Displacement is equal to 2i plus 2j plus 2k. Okay. You know how to take the dot product. It's very simple. Just to take the dot product of I cap and just to take the dot product of j cap and k cap also. Okay. Then what is the value? 2 into 1 plus. Then again 2 and 2. 2 into 2 plus again 3 and 2. 3 into 2. Okay. Means solve பண்ணும்போது 2 plus 4 plus 6 ആണ്. Means எத்தனை joule? 12 joule. 12 joule is the final answer. Okay. Then this type of questions you can expect. It's a very simple question. They are already given what applied force with initial point and final point. Then you will get what answer 12 joule. Okay. Then listen to me. Then the next we are discussing about the different sign of the work. Yes, work in the sign is not full time. Full time not it is positive. The sign of the work will changes in different situational work change item. Anyway, listen to me. Different type will first positive, then negative, then zero work. Then what time you will get a positive work? You know what is the equation for work? You want to get work become what? Positive. Okay. Here you want to get work become what? Negative. Here you want to get work become what? Zero. Okay. At what time you will get the positive work? Listen to me. Work, if you want to get work become positive, what is the equation for work? Fs cos theta. Fs cos theta positive means no doubt at all. Work is a positive work. Okay. Listen to me. What is F? F means magnitude of force. Magnitude of force is always positive. Magnitude of force always positive. Any force illana, what is the magnitude? Zero. Same like what is the magnitude of displacement? Magnitude of displacement positive varadhukku vaayipirikku. Any sometime magnitude illana zero varum but never negative. That means force and displacement values are always positive. But what about cos theta? Cos theta may be positive varalam, illana negative varalam, zero varalam. Okay, that means cos theta. That means the value of cos theta is positive. No doubt at all. That work is a positive work. Okay. Cos theta, if you want to get cos theta become positive, the value from 0 to 90 degree except 90. You know that? Theta from 0 to 90 degree, what is the value of cos theta? No doubt at all, cos theta become a positive value. Okay. What is meant by theta? Theta is the angle between force and displacement. This is a force and this is a displacement. This angle is taken as theta. Okay. That means if you want to check whether the work is positive or negative, first you have to consider the theta. Otherwise, you does not get it. Okay. Then here you want to get work become what? Negative. At what time you will get work become negative? If you want to become work become negative, Fs cos theta must be negative. You know that this force and this displacement are always what? Positive. But cos theta may be positive, may be negative. Here you want to take what? Negative value. At what situation you will get cos theta become negative? If the value of theta from 90 to 180 degree, no doubt at all cos theta become negative. That means if you are checking the value of force and displacement, you are checking the value of the value means the angle between force and displacement, that value lies between 90 and 180 degree. No doubt at all it is a negative work except 90 degree. Okay. Then what about zero work? We know that Fs cos theta become 0. No doubt at all work becomes 0. If you want to get Fs cos theta become 0, there will be a possibility to get a 0 value for force and displacement. Why? Magnitude of force 0 varadhukku vaayipirikku. Force irikkumbodhu it never negative. That means force may be 0 varam, means displacement may be 0, and cos theta is also equal to 0. If you want to get cos theta 0, theta must be equal to what? 90 degree. Theta 90 means no doubt at all. Theta 90 means no doubt at all. What is the value of work? Work is equal to 0 degree. Okay. Then 0 degree. But listen to me. Suppose the work is positive or negative. Who will decide it? Theta. What is theta? Angle between force and displacement. Then we can check some important examples based on these ideas. For NEET examination, generally they are giving the example. Then you want to select whether it is negative or positive or 0. That is your duty. If you want to get positive, it's very simple. Angle from 0 to 90 degree. If you want to get negative work angle must be 90 to 180 degree except 90 degree. If you want to get work is equal to 0, there will be a possibility for force 0, and there will be a possibility for displacement 0, and there will be a possibility for theta is equal to what degree? 90 degree. Okay. Then let's check the examples based on these ideas. Anyway, what is the first example? A man pushing a wall. Suppose a man is pushing a wall. What happened? Suppose a man just pushing a wall. Okay. Pushing a wall means man continuously applying the force. Then work done by a man on wall on a question. Work done by a man on wall. Man is continuously pushing, but what happened to the wall? Wall does not move. That means what is the value of displacement? 0. Value of displacement 0 means no doubt at all. What is the work done by a man on wall is equal to 0. Okay. Then what about the second? Uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ for every circular motion there must be a force towards the center. Is known as centripetal force. And every time the velocity vector and displacement vector are making what angle? 90 degree. Means force is perpendicular to what? Displacement. Force means theta is equal to what? 90 degree. No doubt at all. Theta 90 means what is the work done? Work done is equal to 0. Then what about the third example? Means every circular motion the body doing what work only? 0 work only, no doubt. Then what about the third example? A man carrying a load on his head and walking on a horizontal surface. Listen. Yes, a man carrying a load on his head. Listen to me. A man carrying a load on his head means man, the work done by a man on block is the question. That means if you want to hold a body in head, you have to apply the force always in the upward direction. Otherwise, you can't hold the body. Okay. You always apply the force on upward direction. Otherwise, you can't hold the body. That means the man is always giving a force on what direction? Upward direction. But climbing up down. Climbing up means load on his head and walking horizontal surface. Horizontal surface means doubt illa. This is the direction of displacement. Then tell me what is the angle between force and displacement? Yes, force on upward direction, displacement on horizontal direction. Theta is equal to what degree? 90 degree. No doubt at all. It is work is equal to what? 0. Okay. But practical life എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ man is actually doing the work. But in the terms of physics, what work done is equal to 0. That means day-to-day life work and physics work are not always same. But he is actually spending a lot of energy in evening time. He is also tired. But in the case of physics, no mechanical work is done. Okay. Work done is equal to 0. Anyway, come to the next one. Same like a man carrying a load on his head and climbing up the staircase. Climbing up the staircase. Listen to me. ഈ സെയിം സിറ്റുവേഷൻ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ okay, man want to hold the load on his head. He want to apply the force on what direction? Upward direction. Otherwise he can't hold it. That's why man is applying a force on upward direction. But he is also climbing up the staircase means his displacement is on the upward direction, no doubt at all. Then tell me what is the angle between force and displacement? Force and displacement are both are in a same direction. Means theta is equal to what degree? 0 degree. Theta 0 means it is already understood. What type of work you have to do? 0 work only. Okay. 0 work. Means not only 0 work, both are same direction means maximum work. Work is equal to what? Fs cos theta. Theta 0 means it is a what work? Positive work only. Okay. Positive work. Then come to the next example. Next example, a man carrying a load on his head and climbing down the staircase. Climbing down the staircase means, listen, a man carrying a load on his head. Man want to carry load on his head means no doubt. Whether the man is moving or up or down, that is not a problem. But actually man want to apply the force on what direction only? Upward only. Otherwise man can't hold the body. Means direction of force is upward. but the man is moving downward direction. That means direction is downward. Means tell me what is the angle. Listen, this is force and this is displacement. What is the angle between them? 180 degree. 180 means tell me what case you can take. Is 0 to 180. 0 to 180 means no doubt it is a what work? Negative work. Means man is doing what type of work? Negative work. Then means by using this concept you can give the sign for what? Different types of work. Okay. Then you have to remember, if the man want to hold means man always want to give the force on what? Upward direction only. Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the next example. There will be a block is there. Block of mass 5 kg. We are applying what? 20 Newton. But angle must be required. We can take it if this angle is what? 60 degree. 60 degree. Then what is the question? Work done by external force is the question. What is the value of external force? 20 Newton. Okay. Listen to me. 20 Newton കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ what happened to the body? Body will make a displacement of 10 meter by using 20 Newton. Okay. First question, work done by a external force. Okay, we know that work done by a external force is equal to, what is the equation? F cos theta into S. Okay. Just to make a resolve the vectors, what is this value? 20 cos 60. This is the component of force along the direction of displacement. There will be another component is there. What is the value? 20 sin 60. But we need only what component? The component which is along the direction of displacement only. Then what is the value of F cos theta? The value 20 cos 60 into what is the value of displacement? 10 meter. That means 20 into what is cos 60? 1 by 2 into 10. 2 go to cancel. What joule is that? 100 joule energy they are spending to move the block at a what distance? 10 meter distance. Okay. The next step, second question is work done by a gravity. Work done by a gravity is the second question. Yes. Work done by a gravity means what direction gravitational force is acting on the body? It's very simple. Gravitational force is acting 5G, mg, 5G acting on downward direction. But the body is moving on what direction? Horizontal direction. That means work done by a gravity means gravitational force into displacement. Direction of what is the value of gravitational force? mg, 5G into 10. 5 into you have to take what also? Cos theta also. Okay, don't forget to take the theta. What is the value of theta? Yes, theta value is equal to 90 degree. Yeah, problem khatam ho gaya, finished. Why? Theta is 90 means cos 90 value എത്ര വരും? Means ഇത് 0 വരും. The 0 means what is the value of work? Work is equal to 0. Okay. Why? Actually this is the direction of displacement. Theta value എത്ര വരും? 90. Theta 90 means we already studied. Theta 90 means no doubt at all work is equal to what? 0. Some question paper they will also ask normal reaction. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் sulfate mg act ஆகும்போது who will support in the upward direction? Normal reaction only. Suppose some question paper they will ask work done by a normal reaction. Work done by a normal reaction the case എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ this is the force acting on upward direction, but displacement is horizontal direction. Here is also you will get theta is equal to 90 degree. That work is also equal to what? 0. Okay. I think work done by a gravity is 0. Work done by a normal reaction is 0. And work done by a external force is equal to what? 100 joule. Okay, these are the common example to clear cut to make a clarity about the concept. Okay. Anyway, next let's check the another concept of the topic. What is the concept? Next concept, work done by a variable force. Work done by a variable force. Listen to me. Before we studied the concept, work is equal to what? Fs cos theta. Okay. Means you can use this equation at what time only? You can use this equation means suppose a block of mass m, you are applying what? Force. Force 10 Newton force. What happened to the body? This is the initial position. This is the final position. Okay. Means throughout the journey, throughout the displacement, what is must be constant? Force must be constant. Otherwise, you can't use this formula. That means this formula valid at only what time? Throughout the displacement, force must be constant. Otherwise, it is not what valid. Okay. Otherwise, it is not valid. That means, suppose you are just imagine normally in a market side, lot of trolleys are there. Suppose a person, okay, just pushing a trolley. Okay, lot of things are there inside the trolley. The trolley will start to move. Okay. Sometime what happen? There will be an inclined portion. Inclined portion. Inclined portion വരുമ്പോൾ what happen? Man want to apply large force. Same time, the man is coming in a declined position. What happen? Does not need a large force. And again, he have to apply what? Another force. That means, suppose this point is A and this point is B. Throughout the journey, you have to apply the same force or different force. Different force. Majority work are done by using not only what? Constant force. Majority work are done by using what? Variable force. Then, sir, how to find work done by using a variable force? Okay, work done by a constant force equation we already studied. F is cos theta, no doubt at all. But we have how to calculate work done by a variable force. Listen to me. This is the techniques. Work is equal to integral of f dot dx. This is xi initial position. This is xf final position. This is the formula to find what work. So listen to me, there will be a force versus displacement graph. What is the force? Each and every second, the value of the force is changing and the direction of the force is also changing. That means it is a constant force or variable force. Force every second changing. It's a variable force. Then how to find the work done? Work is equal to integral of the initial position xi. Engano stop over the last position f, and you are applying what? F dx. This is what force? It is not only constant force, it is a variable force only. Okay, it's a small displacement. Small displacement along the path. Okay, it's not a constant force, variable force. Sir, how they are asking the questions? We can just check the example for this type of constant. Here, it is actually what force? A constant force or variable force? F is equal to 2x cube. It is a constant force or variable force? So definitely it is a variable force. This force is varying with respect to what? X. Okay. And it is moved from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 2 meter. Then work done is the question. Okay. Then means this force is depends upon what? X. That means it is not constant force. If this force will vary with respect to what? X. Then we know that work W is equal to integral of what is the lower position? 0. What is the upper position? 2. Okay. What is the value? F dx. Okay. This is a basic concept. That means integral of 0 to 2. What is the value of force? 2x cube into dx. Means you have to integrate x in terms of dx. This is a basic and simple integration. Yes, what is the answer? Yes, just 2 is a constant, take outside, integrate x cube. X cube integrate பண்ணும்போது x raised to 4 by 4. What is the limit? You have to apply the limit 0 to 2. Okay, means 2 into. Just apply the upper limit, means x raised to 4 by 4 minus. You have to apply the lower limit 0 raised to 4 by 4. Means 2 raised to 4. 2 raised to 4. Tell me what is the 2 raised to 4 is 16 then. 16 by 4 minus 0. Cut 4. Ethna joule? 8 joule is the answer. Okay. Then we can move on to the next portion. What is the next portion? Next portion is force. Okay. We know that force. On very small classes onwards, we studied about the different types of force. Okay. Magnetic force, electric force, especially frictional force, gravitational force. Lot of forces are there. What is meant by, sir, conservative force? Conservative force means it's very simple. That force does not depends upon what? path. Means path independent ആണ്. What is mean by path independent? Path independent means suppose the point a body starts its work A and it is moving through the different path and return back to the same position. Same positionലേക്ക് return വരുമ്പോൾ what is the work done? 0. Why it is 0? It does not depends upon the path. It depends only on what? Initial and final position. Here the initial and final position are same. The net displacement is equal to 0. Work is equal to 0. Okay, means it does not depends upon the path. It depends on what? Initial and final point only. Okay, that means the total work done over a closed path is equal to 0. For example, gravitational force, electrostatic force, magnetic force and spring force. This all forces are path independent. It does not depends upon the path. Pathine depends illana initial final position mattum depend pannum. That means net displacement is equal to 0, work is equal to 0. Okay. Then non-conservative force means it correctly depends upon the path. Path depends means okay, the travel panna path each and every points depend pannum. Each and every point it depends means it will spend the energy. It will do the work to move against the path. That means best example frictional force and viscous force in water. These forces are correctly depends on what? Path dependence means work എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ total work done by a closed path എടുത്താൽ what is the answer? It is not only 0. 0 വരുന്നതിക്ക് വായ്പേ கிடையாது. Okay, path independent work done by a conservative force എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ path independent വരുമ്പോൾ മട്ടോൺ എന്ത് വരുത്? Work 0 വരുത്. Otherwise the value of work is equal to what? Not 0. But it is actually conservative non-conservative force means it correctly depends upon what? Path ആണ്. Path depend ആണ്. Path depend ആയിച്ചാൽ for example this is a mobile phone. This is my hand. It is having a friction. What happen? Every time I am giving the force. This force is actually utilizing for what? To overcome the frictional force. That means each and every point it will depends upon the path. Means my energy is utilizing against what? Overcome the friction and spending energy. It is depends upon the path. Work done by a closed path എടുത്താൽ it never become a 0. Okay, that means for example there will be a question already കൊടുത്തിരിക്ക്. What is the amount of work to move from A to B? From A to B, what is the amount of work? 20 joule work is required. Then this is A to B. From C to B, 10 joule. C to B means, oh, this value is C to B. This value is given 10 joule. But what about this value? This value. Then what about this value? This value we can take in is minus 10 joule. Am I correct? Next, C to D, 40 joule. Okay, C to D, 40 joule. Okay. Then work done A to D is the question. We know that it is a conservative force. That is the idea. Otherwise you can't write. Conservative force means it is very clear. What you can write? Work done to move from A to B plus work done to move from B to C plus work done to move from C to D plus work done to move from D to A. Is C always equal to what? 0. Why? For a conservative force, total work done is equal to what? 0 only. But it is a conservative path independent. What is the value of work from A to B? 20 plus. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும் B to C minus 10 ആണ്. Minus 10 plus C to D 40 plus D to A is equal to 0. What is the value? 10. 10 means 50. 50 plus work from D to A is equal to 0. But actually what is the question? Work from A to D is the question. We got work from D to A is equal to what answer you will get? Minus 50 joule. But what is the question? Work from A to D is the question. A to D means again minus edukano. Minus 50 then plus 50 joule is the correct answer. Okay. Plus 50 joule is the correct answer. Why? It is a conservative force. It is never depends upon the path. Independent path. Independent of path means total work done over the closed path is always equal to what? 0. Okay. The next energy. Okay. I think the second part of the topic is energy. What is meant by energy? Energy means It is the ability or capacity to do the work, and basically physical energy. The inbound lot of type energies are there. Sound energy. Suppose I am taking the classes. My classes you can head by using a sound. Then light, and I am inside the light system, means light energy, thermal energy. Lot of energies are there, but important two types of mechanical energies. First energy, kinetic, and then potential. Okay. First we can discuss about what kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a body because of its motion. Okay, due to motion. Suppose a car is just moving. Mass of the car am moving with the velocity. The energy possessed by a car half mv square. Everyone know this simple equation. Okay. Then what is the relation between kinetic energy and P? What is meant by P? P means momentum. Okay, momentum. Very important relation. You know what is the relation between kinetic energy and momentum? Listen to me. We know that kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Just multiply numerator and denominator by m. Okay. Then what answer you will get? Half into m square v square by m. Okay. What is mv? Mass into, you may know that P is equal to mv. Mass into velocity is a momentum. Then what you can replace? Half into p square by m. Okay, this is a very important relation to solve the different types of question. What is the relation? Kinetic energy is equal to p square divided by what? 2m. Okay, for a constant momentum, p constant means it's very clear. Kinetic energy is inversely proportional to mass. Then what equation you can write to solve the question? Ke1 by Ke2 is equal to inversely proportional. M2 divided by what? M1. Both are what? Inversely proportional. Okay. For a constant kinetic energy, what is the relation between mass and momentum? Suppose the kinetic energy is a constant. Kinetic energy constant ആവുമ്പോൾ you can write P square is directly proportional to M. Okay. That means P1 by P2 is equal to root of M1 by M2. These two relations are important to solve the different types of numerical questions in entrance examination. Okay. And you have to know it. Okay. The next potential energy. What is potential energy? Potential energy is the energy arised by a body because of its height, its position. But what they are given, potential energy means not only ability to do the work, it is actually energy gained by a body due to because of its height ilana position. Okay. For example, fan actually initially fan எங்க இருக்கும்? earth surface இருக்கும். electrician வந்துட்டு தான் அதை connect பண்ணது. Means the electrician doing work on fan to raise a particular height. Means there will be a work is there. Who will do the work? Electrician to raise the body. Means that work is stored inside the fan as in the form of what? Potential energy. Suppose you are just releasing the fan from that position, what happen? Fan will move downward. What energy must be required? Kinetic energy. Where you got the kinetic energy? The stored potential energy is released as in the form of what? Kinetic energy. Okay. Actually, suppose you are raising a body from the ground surface, what happen? Because of its height, because of its position, it will gain what? Potential energy and store inside it. Suppose you are just releasing, what happen? It will release as in the form of what? Kinetic energy. Okay, wow. Then it is a same like work. It is a scalar quantity, joule ആണ്. Measured with respect to zero reference. Okay. Not only single potential energy, lot of different types of potential energies are there. Suppose you are measuring potential energy from the surface of the earth. Reference, frame of reference earth da. Then frame of reference is earth. Then you will get this potential energy. Suppose you are measuring potential energy from the center of the earth, what happen? Here the potential energy is zero. Here the potential energy is there. But suppose you are taking the measurement from the center, the potential energy at this point is not equal to zero. Okay, that means potential energy always depends upon what? Frame of reference. എർത്ത് ഫ്രെയിം ഓഫ് റെഫറൻസ് എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ എർത്തിലെ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി എന്ത് എടുക്കണം? 0 എടുക്കണം. എർത്തിൻ്റെ സെൻറ്റർ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ സെൻറ്ററിലെ ഗ്രാവിറ്റേഷണൽ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി 0 എടുക്കും, സർഫസിൽ വാല്യൂ ഇരിക്കും. ഓക്കെ, but it depends upon always what? Frame of reference. Okay, and spring released, what happened? Then different type of examples are there, we can move on it. First, what type of potential energy? Gravitational potential energy and spring potential energy. What is it, sir? Gravitational potential energy, it is simple. Already you studied the gravitation, you know the gravitational potential energy. But this chapter, listen, what is this? A block of mass m, you are rising into what? A particular height h. Okay, what is the amount of work done? You are doing work against gravity. We know that work is equal to what? Force into displacement. Every instant you are facing what force is acting? You are doing work against gravity. Gravitational force is acting always downward direction. What is the force on gravity into displacement? What force is acting? mg. What displacement is it is covered? h. Then what is the value of work done? Work is equal to mgh. This work is stored inside the body as in the form of what? Potential energy u. Okay, then potential energy u. Okay, then what about the spring potential energy? Spring potential energy case എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ it is a unstretched spring. You are stretching further by a distance of what? X. Due to stretching, due to compressing, what happen? It will store a potential energy. What is the value of that potential energy? Half kx square. K, half kx square. What is meant by k? K is called a spring constant. K is a spring constant. That means, listen to me, listen. Suppose you are just pulling the spring. What happen? The spring is extended by a distance. Okay, then what happen? You are doing some work. That work is stored inside the spring as in the form of what? As in the form of a potential energy. Listen, you are just pulling, means you are doing work. That work is stored inside it as in the form of a potential energy. அது எப்படி தெரியும்? You just release it. Release பண்ணும்போது அது கண்டிப்பா எங்க போ? Move this direction. இந்த டைரக்ஷன் போனோம்னா கண்டிப்பா இதுக்கு எனர்ஜி வேணும். What energy you must be required? Kinetic energy. Where you got the kinetic energy? The stored potential energy is released as in the form of what? Kinetic energy. That is the idea. Okay, otherwise, listen to me, another idea. Suppose you are compressing the spring. Compressing the spring means what happen? You are doing the work on spring. That work is stored inside the spring as in the form of a potential energy. How can you understand? You just release it. It will come. For coming, need what energy? Kinetic energy. Where you got it? The stored potential energy is released as in the form of a kinetic energy. Okay. Then what answer you will get? U is equal to half kx square, where k is called what? A spring constant. And also there will be a formula for spring force. F is equal to what? Kx, where k is called what? Spring constant. Okay. Anyway, let's check the example. Suppose spring is extended by 2 meter by a force of 40 Newton. The work required to make a further by 2 meter. Anyway, what is given in the question? There will be a spring is there. Okay. Extended by 2 meter. Okay. A spring is stretched into what? Extension. Extension means x value 2 meter. By using a what force? Force of F is equal to 40 Newton. And then further extended by a 2 meter. Now listen to me. உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், இது extend பண்ணும்போது you have to do the work. That work inside as in the form of a what? Potential energy is store item. Okay. What is the equation for initial potential energy? Half into k into x square. Half into k into initial position. But we don't know the value of k. First we have to find the value of k. We know that F is equal to what? Kx. Force value already directly given in the question. Means 40 is equal to kx. X value is already given 2 meter. Then k is equal to 40 divided by 2, that is 20. This is the value of k. Then just replace the value of k into 20 into how many meter? 2 meter. Means 2 into 2. 2 got cancelled. Answer is 40 joule. Okay. Initially, it will store how many energy? 40 joule of energy is stored. And second case, it further by 2 meter. Further by 2 meter means already how many meter is there? 2 meter is there. Again further by 2 meter means what is the total extension? X is equal to 4 meter. This is the total extension. Then what is the energy? Energy U final is equal to half into K into X final square. Okay. We know that. What is the value of K? Value of K is equal to 20. X final means total എത്ര meter ആയിച്ച് 4 meter ആയിച്ച്. അപ്പോൾ ദാ 4 into 4. 2 got cancelled 2. Means 2 into 4 8. 8 into 2 16 means 160 joule energy is there. Okay. But the question is very important. Work required to make a further by 2 meter only. Further by 2 meter means what is the meaning? Work is equal to U final minus U initial എടുക്കണം. Okay. Actually, this energy is required to make only what? 2 meter ആണ്. This energy is make to required what? 4 meter ആണ്. But question what? 2 meter to 4 meter ആണ് question. Automatically you have to take the difference. Means 160 minus 40, answer is 120 joule. Okay. Same like a lot of model questions are there. These are the one of the basics and important question. Okay. Based on this portion, based on spring. Okay. Anyway, move on to the next portion. Relation between conservative force and potential energy. Yes, listen to me. There will be a body is there. Okay. Body is having displacement already marked in the upward direction. Self weight of the body is acting mg on downward direction. Okay, self weight on downward direction. Tell me what is the work done by a gravity? Work done by a gravity means gravitational force is on downward direction. This is a force. But a displacement is on upward direction. What is the angle between them? 180 degree, no doubt at all. Work done by a gravity is a negative. Okay, but what is the sign of the potential energy? Suppose you are just raising a ball, what happened? It will gain the potential energy. It will gain the potential energy increases. Increases means that value what? Positive. That means both sign are opposite sign. Now listen to me. Suppose another case. Suppose a body of mass m, self weight mg, and it is moving downward direction. Moving downward direction. Please find out the work done by a gravity. Working by a gravity means gravitational force on downward direction. Displacement is also downward direction. What is the value of theta? 0 degree. No doubt at all. Work is equal to what work? Positive work will be there. Same time, body കീഴെ വരുമ്പോൾ loss in potential energy ആണ്. Means potential energy കമ്മി ആവതാണ്. Loss means what is the sign of potential energy? Negative. Okay. It's very clear. Work and potential energy always having one sign, negative sign only. Work positive ആവുമ്പോൾ potential energy negative ആണ് വരുന്നത്. Means we know that it is a work done by a gravitational force. No doubt at all, gravitational force means it is a conservative force. That means conservative force into displacement is equal to minus du. Then conservative force is equal to what? Minus of du by dx. Okay. It's a very important relation. That means work done by a means conservative force, always negative derivative of the gravitational potential energy. Means what is meant by du by dx? It is a gradient of potential energy. Means always it is a conservative force. Present case it is a gravitational force, is always negative derivative of potential energy. You don't make a misunderstand. It is not with respect to time. It is with respect to distance. Listen to me. ഒരു ബോഡി ടോപ്പിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ കീഴെ വരുമ്പോൾ പൊട്ടൻഷ്യൽ എനർജി ചേഞ്ച് ആവത്, ഇൻക്രീസ് ആവത്, ഡിക്രീസ് ആവത് എല്ലാമേ നോട്ട് വിത്ത് റെസ്പെക്ട് ടു ടൈം. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വിത്ത് റെസ്പെക്ട് ടു കറക്റ്റ് ദൂരം, ഡിസ്റ്റൻസ്, ഹൈറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ. സെയിം ലൈക്ക് here also. In both situation, body gain or loss potential energy by using only what? Not only time, duram, distance, height. Okay. Anyway, there will be a small example or questions based on this idea. What is given in the question? Potential energy is given 5x square plus 4x plus 5 joule. Energy is there. What is the question? Force is the question. Yeah, we have to think. Energy is given, potential energy is given. Sir, how to find force? You know the relation. What is the relation? Yes, force. What force? Force is equal to negative derivative of what? Potential energy. This is the idea. And tell me, you just take the first derivative only. Just to differentiate it. Differentiate பண்ணும்போது what answer you will get? 10x square plus 4x plus what? 0. Means this is the force. But what is the question? Force at what duram? X is equal to 2 meter. Means 10 into 2 square plus 4 only. Means 10 into 4 plus 4. Means 40 plus 4. What force? 40 for Newton. Okay. 44 Newton force is acting on a body. 44 Newton. Got it. This is the relation between gravitational force and gravitational potential energy. Okay. Yes. The next power. Okay. The next portion is power. What is meant by power? Power. Lot of power are there. Here we are discussing about what? Mechanical power. But in current electricity, you are discussing about what? Electrical power. What is meant by power? The rate at which work is done is called what? Power. The rate at which work done is called power. Okay. What is basically power? Work by time. What is the SI unit of power? Power work in units. We know that joule time is equal to second. Joule per second is called what? Watt. What is SI unit of power? Watt. What is the commercial unit of power? Commercial unit of power is called SP. What is meant by SP? Hindustan Petroleum. No. SP means horsepower. What is 1 horsepower? 746 watt. Okay. This is the commercial unit of power. Okay. We know that. One more relation is there. One more simple relation is there. We know that a small work dW is equal to force into small displacement ds. Ilana dx. Just to divide both sides by what? dt. What is it? dW by dt? Power dane. Power is equal to force into what is ds by dt? Velocity. Okay. This is the equation for power in terms of force and velocity. And also you can write power P is equal to. Okay. Power P is equal to vector F dot vector S. This is the vector form. Okay. This is the equation you can utilize for what? To solve the questions based on power in terms of force and velocity. Force and velocity. Okay. Force and velocity. Anyway, the last part of our chapter, that is collision. Okay, collision, bombardment, collision. Yes, how many type collisions are there? There are 2 type of collisions are there. First one, elastic collision. Second one, inelastic collision. Elastic collision means both kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. Inelastic collision means okay, momentum is conserved but kinetic energy is not conserved. You have to note it. Okay, means 2 type of collisions actually possible. The first, elastic collision. Elastic. Second, inelastic. Elastic means both the kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. Here, momentum is conserved, but kinetic energy is not conserved. Okay, here kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. But it is very clear, all type of collision, what must be conserved? Momentum must be conserved. Only difference in what? Kinetic energy. But actually in the case of ഇനലാസ്റ്റിക് കൊളീഷൻ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ബെസ്റ്റ് എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആണ് കൊളീഷൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ മാക്രോസ്കോപ്പിക് ബോഡീസ്. മാക്രോസ്കോപ്പിക് ബോഡീസിന്റെ കൊളീഷൻ എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ എസ്പെഷ്യലി പ്രാക്ടിക്കൽ ലൈഫിൽ നമുക്ക് பார்க்க முடியுന്ന കൊളീഷൻ തന്നെ മീൻസ് ബസ് കാർ കൊളീഷൻ. ഈ കൊളീഷനെല്ലാം പെരിയ സൗണ്ട് വരും. ആ സർഫസ് എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ എനർജി സർഫസിൽ സ്പാർക്ക് ഇരിക്കും, ഹീറ്റ് ഇരിക്കും. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് എനർജി ഈസ് ലോസ്, കൈനറ്റിക് എനർജി ഈസ് ലോസ് ആസ് ഇൻ ദി ഫോം ഓഫ് എ വാട്ട് സ്പാർക്ക് മീൻസ് ലൈറ്റ്, ഹീറ്റ്, സൗണ്ട്. ഈ ഫോമിലെല്ലാം ലോസ് ആയിടും. That means എന്ത് കൺസേർവ് ആവാതെ kinetic energy is not conserved. But as in the case of a elastic collision, kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. The best example is what? Collision between subatomic particles, neutron, deuteron, alpha particles, proton. Okay, such a type of subatomic particle collision, there is no sound, there is no spark, there is no heat loss. That means both kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. But for NEET examination, which portion is more important? One-dimensional collision is the one of the important portions. One-dimensional collision എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ this is the first body of mass m1 moving with a speed u1, and this is the second body of mass m2 moving with a speed u2. Okay, suppose if the speed of u1 is greater than what? u2. പിന്നാടി ഇരിക്കുന്ന ബോഡിയുടെ സ്പീഡ് അധികമായാൽ what happen? Definitely after a particular interval of time it will collide it. Generally after a collision what happened to the mass? Mass change avadu, that means v1. And what is the mass of second body? m2, but it is moving with the velocity what? v2. What is u1? Velocity of a first body before a collision. What is u2? Velocity of a second body before a collision. What is v1? Velocity of a first body after a collision. What is m2? Velocity of a second body after a collision. Anyway, second bodyയുടെ സ്പീഡ് கொஞ்சம் അധികമാവുമ്പോൾ what happen? Both will collide. Then listen to me. This all data are already you know. You are taking the body. That's why you know the mass. You are giving initial velocity. That's why you know the initial velocity in both situations. But you don't know after a collision. You can't calculate. You don't know what is v1. It will make you move at different velocity than u1. Same like after collisions, you don't know what is the velocity v2. Okay, but you have to find v1 and v2. Okay, how to find v1 and v2. What is the equation for what is v1? v1 means velocity of a first body after a collision. First body velocity. That means m1 minus m2 into u1 plus 2m2 u2 divided by m1 plus m2. It's a very important equation. Okay, it's a very important equation. And same like what is v2? v2 is the velocity of a first body or second body. Second body after a collision. v2 cycle means just interchange the value of 1 and 2. Means m2 minus m1 into u2 plus 2m1 u1 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, this is the equation for what? Velocity of a second body after a collision. By using this formula, you can solve the different types of questions. Okay. Yes, anyway, actually this is one-dimensional collision. Okay. Actually, body before and after moving along what? One dimension. Before it is moving one dimension and after it is also moving one dimension. That's why it is called what? One-dimensional collision. Anyway, this is the equation. Then last part. Last part of your topic is 2D collision. What is meant by 2D collision? 2D collision means this is m1 moving with a speed u1 and this is m2 moving with a speed u2. Automatically back body speed u1 അത് അധികമാവുമ്പോൾ automatically it will collide. പിന്നാടി ഇരിക്കുന്ന ബോഡിയുടെ സ്പീഡ് അധികമാവുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ കൊളൈഡ് ആയിടും. After collision what happen? Both bodies will move in a different direction. m1 will move along this direction with v1. We know that. Before also we take the velocity of a first body after a collision is v1. Same like this is m2. This also moving with what velocity? v2. Okay. Anyway, then both the bodies are moves in a Same direction or different direction? Different direction. First means m1 body will move in a theta 1 direction and m2 body will move in a theta 2 direction. Okay. Then we can make a resolve it. Resolve it. This angle is also theta 1. Then this is called what? V1 cos theta 1. And this is called what? V1 sin theta 1. Okay. Then second body is moving with the what direction? Theta 2 direction from the horizontal. Now listen to me. You can just resolve this velocity component V2. This is V2. This angle theta 2 means this angle is also theta 2. Means this is V2 cos theta 2 and this is V2 sin theta 2. Okay. Sin theta 2. Just assuming it is a elastic collision. Elastic collision. Okay. What is meant by elastic collision? Elastic collision means both the kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. Both kinetic energy and momentum are conserved. Means first we can, elastic means first what is conserved? P is conserved. P is conserved. P conserved means what is the momentum along x directions and y direction? Because it is a 2D. First P along x direction. P along x direction. X directional momentum. Tell me what is the momentum of along x direction? M1, U1. This is the momentum of the first body. Plus, what is the total momentum? M2, U2. This is the total momentum before a collision. But after, total momentum after എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ M1 in the M1. What is the velocity? Horizontal velocity V1 cos theta 1 plus means second body. What is the mass of second body? M2. What is the velocity? V2 cos theta 2. Means these two momentum are actually momentum after a collision. These two momentum are momentum before a collision. That means momentum is conserved. Total momentum before a collision is equal to total momentum after a collision. Idana conservation. But momentum P along next y direction. Yes. Tell me what is the momentum along y direction before a collision? Before a collision, body having only initial motion. There is no upward and downward motion. Means initial momentum along up and down 0 and y body is also 0. Okay. Then what is the momentum of M1? M1 V1 sin theta 1. This is upward direction. And what is the momentum? Downward direction for M2. Momentum is a vector quantity. Both are moving opposite direction means you have to take the negative. Otherwise, answer will be wrong. That means M2 V2 sin theta 2. Okay, both momentum are in what? Opposite direction. That's why you are taking negative. But I think so. It is a elastic collision means you have to take two consideration. First, momentum is conserved. Okay. Second, kinetic energy is also conserved. Kinetic energy is also conserved. Both kinetic energy, here we are taking only what? Momentum is conserved. Then balance what will be there? Kinetic energy is there. What is the kinetic energy? Listen to me. What is the kinetic energy of the first body? Half M1 U1 square plus second body kinetic energy half M2 U2 square is equal to what is the kinetic energy of the first body after a collision? Half M1 V1 square plus half M2 V2 square. Yes, sir. Why are you taking like this? Why don't you take the cos theta? Don't what it is energy. It is not a momentum. It is a scalar quantity. We don't want to mind about what direction. Okay. If even cos theta 1 direction, actually the direction dane. But we don't want about what consider about what direction. We can just take the sum only. Okay. It is a scalar quantity. Means we are assumed it is a elastic collision. That's why we are take both momentum and kinetic energy. Okay. I hope you understood this topic, all topic. Okay. The all topic of the work energy and power is we covered within what one short series and do the maximum number of questions. Yes, all of them fine. Okay.